Tonight, you are auditioning to be a lounge singer.
El Jefe.
El Jefe.
Let's do it.
Let's do
Boom.
it.
Hey, welcome to the Desert Brew. I'm Gene, and no Rasheed today. I'm cool with that. I'm actually going to another wine tasting today. As you know, Rasheed and I went to Hall Wines a couple weeks ago. I started learning a little bit about wines. I came across a place called Hyphen on North Palm Canyon. A guy named John owns it, an amazing guy. I love this place. Saturdays, they have wine tastings, and he's actually helped me a little bit more with my education about wines, and I just wanted to share another adventure. So let's go.
Join Gene and Rasheed as they dive into the best food, drinks, and hidden gems the Coachella Valley has to offer. From local hotspots to gourmet delights, get ready for a taste adventure you won't want to miss. The Desert Brew, weekend evenings on NBC Palm Springs.
Okay, so this is my friend I talked about. This is John Libonati.
Yeah.
I got the name right?
Yes, you
I
did.
love it. A good
Excellent.
Italian name for a wine store, which I think is
Absolutely.
perfect. So,
We're gonna start. We're just jump right in.
All
We're
right.
gonna jump in with, as we were talking about earlier,
okay,
the only Pinot Grigio that I have carried in over 3 years,
okay.
and I've yet to find one that I like better than this, and one that my customers like better.
That's a lot to live up to.
It is a lot to live up to. And you said you like Pinot Grigio.
I love Pinot Grigio,
I'm
yeah.
really looking forward to hearing
All
your
right,
feedback.
perfect.
And not only is it organic, as all the wines in the shop are farmed organically or biodynamically, there's no added sulfites to this
Okay,
wine.
I love it. I love
Some
it.
people have sensitivity to sulfites. Some people just don't want them in their wines or foods.
What does organic mean? I mean, tell me a little bit about what makes a wine organic.
Well, it's the farming practices. If
Okay.
somebody is farming organically, they're not going to use pesticides in their vineyard. If they do,
Nice.
they'll use an organic pesticide. There's also biodynamic farming, which is a whole nother level where I would say the bare bones of it is thinking about organic being about what you can't do for
Okay.
the soil and what you can't use, where biodynamics is more about what you can do for the
Okay.
soil. You plant certain plants between the rows of the vines. You fill cow horns with manure and bury that into the ground. It's all about creating this biodiversity within the soil,
Wow.
which helps give the plants or the vines the nutrients that they need.
Is it more expensive to create organic wines? Is it a cost difference in store, for example?
Yes and no. I would say one of the big differences is it's very time consuming.
Okay.
Where you can get on a tractor and you can spray throughout your vineyard. But a lot of these producers that if you are going to do organic, you're probably not doing that if you're spraying an organic spray,
Okay.
but you'll do it by hand, or a lot of the biodynamic farming is done by hand.
Crazy.
Or the farm or any type of like mowing they have to do. They'll let like sheep and goat run through, or chickens go
Love
through
that.
their vineyards,
Love that.
because that helps then regenerate the soil. Those sheep and goats, they'll eat all the grass and weeds and stuff, so you're not putting a lawnmower through there, you're not putting a tractor through, you're not burning fossil fuels
Wow.
to pollute the air and getting that on your plants.
Wait. So it's not only what you're doing for the plant, it's also basically the environment. So including not having engines run, tractors, etc.
Right. And then also when you have those heavy tractors, they're also compacting your soil,
Okay.
which you don't want, because you want, when it rains, and a lot of producers, you don't get a lot of rain in certain areas. So when
Right.
it does rain, you want that rain to go down into the soil, especially if you're not irrigating. And a lot of these organic producers, biodynamic producers, they don't irrigate. They
Wow.
rely on Mother Nature. And there's a whole style of wine. There's a lot of commercial wine. There's a lot of bulk wine. And all of those wines, and you see these labels in stores and supermarkets, and they're gimmicky to get you to buy them.
Right.
All those wines are manipulated and crafted to taste that way, which I don't have a problem with.
Right.
It's fine. If you want to drink that, great. My issue is take off the vintage. If you're crafting that wine to taste exactly the same year after year, what's the
Right.
point of a vintage? The vintage is so you know what the weather was like that year. You know if Burgundy had
Is
a
that
bad vintage.
I just thought it was about age.
No,
That's
but you would wanna
interesting.
know
So,
if-
yeah,
if
okay.
there's an age on it, but the vintage is always so you know what that season was like for that year.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
That's completely new to me. Did not know
Shooting
that.
star. The more you know.
Boom, dude. Exactly. The more you
Yeah.
know. All right.
So cheers, try the Pinot Grigio. Let's know what you think.
Okay, let's
Yeah.
do it.
Today, we're getting active.
I get it.
Yep.
I get it. Amazing.
It's not a
Amazing.
thin, wimpy wine water Pinot Grigio. It actually
No,
has flavor
amazing.
and
Wow.
Yeah.
My new favorite.
Awesome.
Question for you.
Sure.
Is it difficult? Obviously, inventory would be much easier to get with a standard processing, but with organic wines, is it harder to fill the shelves? Are there are there a lot of producers out there?
Yeah, there's tons of
Okay.
producers.
Okay.
I wouldn't say there is as many as bulk wineries or commercial producers. They
Okay.
make a lot of wine, where organic producers probably aren't making as much as them, but they're producer-wise, there's probably almost the same amount.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm learning so much
There's
today.
so much out there. And that's part of the reason why I opened the shop. And
Okay.
I only carry small family farmers. I don't carry any commercial bulk wineries.
Tell us a story. Like, how did Hyphen? Tell us about the name. I remember the
Okay.
name.
Sure.
I like the name.
Yeah, well, I'm called Hyphen because the hyphen connects.
Okay.
And I wanted to connect people to cool, fun, interesting wines. And so there's always something after a hyphen as well.
Okay.
And my point was, like, I get new wines in all the time. So I change up the collection a lot. So there's always something after the hyphen. So there's always something in here new that's coming in and different.
Super smart.
Yeah.
I love that. Love that.
Thanks.
Love that.
Yeah, and I didn't want a wine namey name thing because it's just kind of silly sometimes. And
I love it.
Yeah.
But I like the part about connecting people, and
Mm-hmm.
and so you've opened the store 3 years ago.
Yep.
Dream, just decided we need. Tell me the back. Oh,
Well, the backstory is I had a shop in Boston for several years called Social Wines.
Okay.
And that was 7 years old, and I sold that. And I was going to do this back home in New York City, but it was already saturated, crowded, super expensive. So then we were moving out here, we decided to move out here, and there was no natural or organic winery. There was one bar who also sold a few bottles as
Okay.
well. And then during the pandemic, she opened a little bit bigger section. And then right after things started opening up after the lockdown, I found this space and knew I wanted to do it because there was nothing out here. There was no one selling natural or organic wines.
how do you find that wine?
I know a lot of these producers from having a shop, just from being in the industry for
Okay.
almost 20 years. But I work with a lot of reps, a lot of wine distributors, and I'll go through their books, I'll do the research, I'll read up about these producers, and then I'll reach out to my rep and say, hey, let's taste this, or I want to buy a sample case, and I'll do a mix case and try all these different wines.
I love that.
And then there's champagne. And then there is, below that, we have Method Traditionnel, which is made exactly like champagne, but they can't call it champagne because it's not in Champagne, France.
That was my next question. So, in order to be champagne, it obviously comes from that area of France.
Yes.
So there's a big selection of even organic champagne from.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it was one of the difficult areas to farm organically, but sadly with climate change, that's changing. It's getting so hot there that a lot of the grapes are getting cooked on the vines, and they're just now released 2 more varietals to help with climate change that are adapted to the change in climate, the heat that we're getting, or the lack of water that we're getting.
My entire life, in a lifetime ago, I did design graphics, and
Okay.
et cetera. I'm always obsessed with wine labels. It's just like it's an art all on its own. It's amazing. It was always, as a kid, I would go into the supermarket and just
Sure.
want to see. I mean, look around. There's some gorgeous. I noticed back in the rosé section, there was a little glitter one over there.
Yep.
It's amazing. Okay, so when I did a wine tasting before, it was inside. I didn't know you had this great little area
I
up
have
here.
the patio out back. People have a glass, bottle of wine, and sit out here. And then I do my tastings every Saturday, 2:30 to 5.
So it is every Saturday though.
Every Saturday,
Every Saturday.
2:30 to 5.
Give them the address.
See you
Give
here.
them the address.
1007 North Palm Canyon Drive.
We're going to put the website on the show as well. So, tell me a little bit about what's happening today.
So today, featuring all month, since it's Women's History Month, all the wines at the tastings are all either female-owned, female winemakers, or the woman is the powerhouse behind the brand.
Nice.
And then today we have Jasmine from Lost Ranch Winery up in Temecula, and she is pouring for us today. And I just love what they are doing.
Okay.
So this is 120-year-old grapevines.
Wow.
Dry farmed and organic vineyards. So they look like these little hedges on the ground. You would never think they were vines. at all.
Seriously?
Yeah. It's like a little piece of history. One of the first varietals that was brought from Spain to California.
Wow, that's great. How large of a vineyard?
For this one, it's about 10 acres.
Okay.
Yeah. And same with our estate vineyard, we have 10 acres. Right
I
now,
love it.
currently 5 acres planted, and then when the facility gets built, we'll plant the remaining 4-ish acres.
So you're doing what you love.
Yes,
you go.
yes, right.
I love it. I love it. Thank you so much.
Awesome.
Great.
Thank
I
you,
mean,
Jasmine.
amazing.
Thank
amazing.
you. Thank you.
So, John, while you were going in to get the Pinot Grigio, I met these lovely ladies. Say hello. Apparently, they travel in pairs and drink wine together. Is that describing it well?
Well, when we're in this area,
I love
I'm
it.
6 months on the road in a fifth week.
Oh my God! Well, welcome to the Coachella Valley. I just say that, not just Palm Springs.
No,
so.
just especially if you're driving around.
Anyway, cheers, ladies.
Cheers.
Cheers!
Road trip.
Awesome meeting you.
Love
See,
it.
look at this.
Love it. Love it. Thank you very much. Not bad. Wow, that's amazing.
Only on NBC Palm Springs.
So from here, today, always Jean will be asking me, when are we making something sweet?
Okay.
Guess what?
Today's the day.
Today is the day. So we're gonna make banana pecan cake.
Perfect.
Are you ready for that?
Let's do it.
So it's better if you make everything in a separate bowl. You will have better consistency and then you mix it in the bigger bowl. So while he's doing the bananas, I'm gonna start with the eggs. We will need 2 eggs. So every time we're making something with eggs, it's better to have some vanilla. I'm gonna use the bourbon vanilla today. That's the whiskey. The whiskey is optional. You can skip this part or you can add it. I like to add a little bit of whiskey. So now we have the eggs ready. We have the bananas ready. We have 130 gram of melted butter. Now we're gonna use the big bowl. So we're gonna put the bananas that Rasheed helped with. And then I'm gonna put the eggs. 3 cups of flour. See, I'm using Jean's advice. I'm always saying the quantity and the measurements.
There we go.
1.5 cup of sugar, white sugar. And here we have 4 tablespoons of yogurt.
What kind of yogurt?
I use the Greek yogurt. I like the bitterness from that.
Okay.
I'm gonna use the spoon and then the melted butter. It's 130 gram. And finally, we're gonna put the pecan.
All right.
This is an orange. I
Okay.
washed it ahead of time. You can wash it with white vinegar to make sure it's clean and ready. You just have
Zest it
to
out.
zest it out. Don't get a lot of white from it.
Got it.
Thank you.
Let's zest it out. Let's get zesty. I don't know if that's proper to even say, but okay, here we go.
Meanwhile, you can set your oven on 400 degrees Fahrenheit, and it's gonna take between 50 to 55 minutes. It depends on your oven and how fast it is and the heat and all that. But just keep checking on it, and you can see when it gets golden brown, means it's ready. Uh-oh, I saw that, and I'm gonna add 1 big spoon of baking powder. That's it.
All right.
And let's do the mix.
Today, we're getting active.
So now the mix should look something like this.
Okay.
And can you smell the orange?
You can.
It's all thanks to you.
I did that.
So now we're gonna put this on the side, get the mold, and start spreading it. So now we have it all here, and let's adjust it a little bit. And it will be in the oven for 50 to 55 minutes.
At what temperature?
400 degrees Fahrenheit.
Okay.
So I think I did everything that Jean asked me about. I did all the instruction, I gave it all the measurements, and now to the oven.
A few moments later.
So now after 55 minutes exactly, we have this beautiful result. This is what you want. You want the golden color.
Okay.
And you can see all this. This means the cake was a success.
Perfect.
I'm gonna hold it. We have this. We're gonna wait now like 20 minutes and then flip it, and I'll show you the results. So meanwhile, while we're waiting for the 20 minutes, we can use the knife and do this on the side so we can make sure it will not stick to the mold. Just move it a little bit. So when we flip it, it will come up perfectly. Let's wait and see. Now we're back. Look how beautiful this is. It's really beautiful. It's a masterpiece that you helped with. Now I'm gonna do the flip.
Okay, let's do it.
1, 2, ready?
Let's do it.
Let's do the flip.
It's killing me.
Perfect.
Nice.
Perfect. This is what we call perfection.
I love it.
I'm gonna cut a small bite, a small piece
Okay.
for you.
Do we need to add anything to it?
We can, you know what? Open the fridge
Okay.
and get inspired.
All right, let's see what I can do.
Usually we should wait more, but now
Little whipped
we're not
cream.
waiting, and that's why it's a little bit messy. When you wait more, it will be all coming together.
All right, we
will
got two of my
have-
favorites. We got some blackberries,
Perfect.
got some whipped cream.
Let's do it.
It's not non-dairy, but I'm feeling a little risky today.
Let's do it. Let me do this. Let's open it. It's closed, which means Jean didn't use it. And let's do it like a professional American. Done. These are already washed.
Okay, I was about to say.
I like to wash it and keep it in the container, and because they have the holes here so the water will be out, and then you can put it in your fridge, but that way you can keep it in the container.
Perfect.
This, whoop, and this. Et voila. Get a fork.
You
And
gotta
you're ready
tell
to
me
go.
Twice.
Let's see. So it has to be crispy from the outside and it
Okay.
has to be very fluffy from the inside.
That's good. Man,
I'm gonna leave him and go
I'm
rest.
saying.
Have a good day.
I don't think you're gonna be able to taste this. It's going in my back seat. Ooh, oh my God. It's perfect. I did this. Y'all saw it.
I heard you. See the crispy?
Oh,
It
definitely.
has to be crispy from the outside and very.
Did I get myself? I did.
Yes, you
I got sprayed. Okay.
Look what he's bringing. Come on. What's that?
Don't we need this?
You know what? I'll make it happen. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good.